Hey, what's up? This is Chris. I'm here at LPE Studios in Bryn Mawr. Today I'm going to show you a plank sequence. So just different variations of plank. Plank are good for just teaching you how to brace your core basically. So in any exercise, you need to learn how to brace your core, and that's just going to protect you from hurting your back. So the first thing we're going to do is the easiest. It's a high plank position. So I'm just going to get down, set up on hands and knees. Just make sure your shoulders are directly over your hands. So what I tell people is, for men, either think broaden out your shoulders. For women, think long collarbone across. It's just going to stabilize your shoulder. So then what I'm going to do is just make sure, again, right around this lower torso area, it's almost like I got a weight belt on. So I want to just tighten up or pull inward through here, and that's going to support my low back. And then I'm going to get into my plank position like so. So especially when you're in a high plank position, you want to stabilize the shoulders by I tell people, screwing your hands into the ground. So instead of turning my elbows out, which are white and ashy right now, I just want to screw them back like so, like I'm twisting my hands away from each other, but the hands don't move. And then it's going to look weird, but if you look at the hips, most people want to lift their hips up and arch their back. I actually want to do the opposite. When your hips are in this position, aside from looking awkward, you can't contract your butt muscles, and your butt muscles really help support you in this plank position. So I'm almost like a dog. I want to curl my tail underneath me and get my hips a little bit below my shoulders. That's going to put my spine in neutral, and then just tight butt. And then you can just hold this position for X amount of time. You want to be nice and long from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. It's going to stabilize the whole body a little bit more, make it a little easier. And then what you can do, a little more challenging for the core at least, is getting into the standard forearm plank. Most people want to bring their hands together like so, but that actually destabilizes the shoulders. So I'm going to make sure that forearms are parallel to each other. Same deal going on with the hips tucked. And then a harder variation, space your feet out. The wider you space your feet out here, the easier it is to stabilize. So this is more of a core stability exercise. And what I'm looking for here, I'm going to do shoulder touches.
Mommy, look at me.
But I want to make sure my hips move as little as possible. Most people, their hips want to twist when they do this. But if you really tuck your hips and just focus on hips tucked and weight belt tight, keeps your hips nice and still. Now the final variation of this, which is similar, I know a renegade row, like you add a push-up with it, but let's just call these renegade rows. Same position, hips tucked, you're gonna lift. Again, make this more of a core exercise. Keep your hips still. Nice and slow. Tuck my hips, tighten the weight belt, slow lift, and I'm just looking for as little amount of movement in my hips as possible. Do it more for time instead of reps, that way you don't rush through it. So maybe start with like 20 seconds and just make it more about quality than how many you can crank out.